20 feet from the sea. This is the notebook I had on the lawn, a stocking stuffer rediscovered the day I felt so weak and sick, lying like Trigorin in the hammock. I could do nothing but watch the sway of the tiger lilies, the last few boats sailing toward autumn, the cormorants preparing to leave as the seagulls taunted them overhead. I lay with a pen clutched between fingers, trailing on the grass beside me, occasionally pushing off to catch a breeze, then groping for the ground, pulling blades like a schoolgirl's hair to stop feeling seasick by the sea. Nauseous in the hammock under the trees, hiding from the sun as others bemoaned its imminent departure, like a treasured visit from a head of state or a doting grandmother. I thought of all I would write, the stories coalescing in my head, mingling, now separating, bowing to each other like a Victorian house party leaking out my ears, pooling in the dark gray hollows under my eyes. Fleshy and immobile, I lay like a dolphin on the lawn, praying for rain to drown me in its water, without even the energy to roll home to the sea, a mere 20 feet away from me, wet-faced, comforted by the moist breeze that embraced me briefly now and again, the tender whispers of the trees holding me in my ropey cradle, rocking me, loving me through desolation, pain, discomfort. What else could they do? The breeze like flashes of hope, enfolding me in its arms, then gently moving away to comfort another full-grown baby in nature's orphanage of disconnected humans, clutching, searching, looking for a way to meld into the ground before their time, without the burial, the cremation, stardust to soil, wanting to sink into the dirt, plant myself knee-deep in the earth, to grow secure, to be seen, to give comfort like the tree who was always there for me until felled by a storm, a mother's caress turned life-sucking root-pulling squeeze, or by a human unobstructing their view of the boats sailing toward autumn and the cormorants packing to go, as I lay there like a dolphin, stretched out between two trees, my rope cradle sagging with the weight of my untapped, rich, oily blubber, looking for a respite in man's delights, a steak, a coffee, a G&T, when what I need is to be returned to the sea, to its darkness, to its murky depths and salty taste, undulating throughout its waters, feasting on sushi and caviar, slapping my body against its waves, a hump disappearing, a fin, a backward glance, free to eat and be eaten, my skin always wet, folding into the watery depths, like Virginia with rocks in her pocket. Only I can swim, fat kept afloat. I can breathe here, as my notebook disintegrates in the seawater, along with all my words, inked letters running, paper splitting and falling, merging with sand, ashes to ashes, the paper, the tree, a fantasy, rocked by the trees as I casually flaunt their pulp on my belly, unbidden but always there, abandoned, repurposed bark, white wood chips not even used for their new purpose, senselessly killed. I wish to return to the sea or meld with the ground as the paper wishes to turn back into a tree, but unable to move like me. The closest it gets is to lie on my body, as its mothers, its sisters, its aunts rock me in the rope hammock 20 feet away from the sea.